Hi guys, welcome to another LivinginSAtv video. David here, and today guys we're gonna meet an awesome business right here in Cosmos City guys, and we're gonna meet Franz. And guess what? Franz created a business in pharmaceuticals which he produces his own bottles for the medicines that you probably take and you didn't even know they were done here. Again guys, stay tuned because once again this video will blow your mind.
Hi, my name is Franz. I'm the CEO of Abanqobi Packaging, which is a manufacturing company which deals mostly with pharmaceutical bottles. The company started in 2012 as a distribution for about 5 years, and from there, then what we have done, we went and knocked doors at the funders such as IDC and the DTIC. That's when we gave them our presentation regarding starting a new plant. So this is what we have done. They listened to us and then they have funded us so that we can start and establish a new pharmaceutical plant. So get in with me as we are going to see how we got started. All right, so this is where we are. We are based in Cosmo Business Park, where we have started this manufacturing plant. The manufacturing plant started in 2021, at the end of 2021, mostly because we were to use an industrial site. We have to prep the building so that it can accommodate us as an industrial areas, and then that's how we started. And this is our offices as we have embarked on the journey. On this side, this is our reception area, and I want that we go through to the factory side where things are happening. Okay. Right. So in here is our warehouse. That's where our finished products are coming from. We produce different types of bottles, and then we put them on the warehouse, and then our trucks then take them through to different clients. As we can see here, we put them based on the type of products that we are putting, so that it can be easy for the warehouse to get the finished products and takes them through to this is our storage where we put our raw materials. As per the regulations, we are not supposed to be mixing all the products together. So we have two separate storages where we put our raw materials. And then in here is our production line where we do the production. So we do have two machines that are producing what we call the PET bottles. These bottles are mainly for, if you look at it, they look like a glass bottle, but they are not glass bottles. They are just normal, they look like a glass bottles. This is the new technology that we are having. So these are the machines that we are using to produce the 30 mil, 100 mil, 200 mil, and 375 mil of the bottles. And then in here we are having what we call a blow molding machines. The blow molding machines, that's where we produce the different types of bottles that we are producing. In this ones, we are using the bleach bottles that we are giving to one of our clients, and we're even doing the 200 mil and the 100 mil. You can see now we are busy in production doing the 100 mil HDPE. This is the type of the product that we are using, and this is the machine, again the second machine that we call it a blow molding machine. So what it does, it does produce the machines, and once the machines the bottles is produced, and then it will come through. This is where we do the leak testing of bottles from that. The system is automated, so what it does, the bottles will come through And then we'll take it through after the production. This is what the machine does. It will show to see if the bottle is leak testing is leaking. If it's leaking, it's going to reject it, and the right bottles will fall through into the box, and they will be able to pack it. Whatever that is leaking, then we'll then discard it from the production line. These are the two machines again that we are using to make the caps for the bottles. We are still using the same injection blow molding machine. This one, what it does, it would create the bottles, and it will create the cap. Once it had created the cap, it will throw it into this machine. This is what we call it, a slitting machine. What it does after production, it slits the cap and it put it inside here, and then it will go through this process. That's where then we are going to put a liner inside it so that it can be able to close the machines. The nice part about these machines is that it gives us the complete products. This is the complete product that we'll get from it as we have put the slitting machines on it. And then the second machine is the same. This one is using a snap-on machine, so that's where we put the caps that are snap-ons in it, so that we put the PVC bottles caps on it. Our machine or our factory is being surrounded of what we call all these things is being surrounded by what we call an MCC. This MCC, it regulates the electricity, it regulates the air that going through the machines, it even regulates even the water that are going through into all these machines, because each and every machine has its own temperature, water temperature that it desired. So the MCC, its purpose is to make sure that it's been regulated. And the nice part about it is that we have the electricity, which when we run with it. When the electricity goes, we have the generator that will kick in within 5 seconds to make sure that we have a continuous production within 5 seconds, and then it will kick in, and then the machine will start running. So this MCC, that's what we call it, the heart of this factory. And then on the outside, I want us to go on the outside where we are having the plant which is feeding whatever that is happening inside. Outside the plant, we have our electricity here, which does give us 2 MVA electricity, and then you will have your 2 generators, which each one of it is give us 1000 kVA. So when the electricity goes, both of the generators will go up, and then the system inside it will tell it to say, I only need 1 generator, and then it will switch off the others, and then we have our plant here. This is our chillers. Our chillers is one on duty and 1 on standby. Should we have a problem, then we can be able to switch to the other chiller, and then we fix the other one to enable us not to stop. And then here we have a low, what we call a high pressure compressors, which give us 50 bars of electricity, and we have a low pressure which give us a 10 bar electricity. All this plant, it was made possible by the IDC by financing us and looking at our plan to see if we have a plan to do. Although that it took a while for them to finance us, they had to prove for themselves if we have there is a market for us, if we have a good plan in terms of the business. That's what they did. So in terms of making sure that we are compliant, and there's one thing that I need, especially to black upcoming entrepreneurs, that compliance is important, and that is one of the key factors that made IDC to fund us, because we had to give them the annual financial statements. We have to show them that we comply with SARS. We have to make sure that indeed we can show them a trail of the bank. So no matter how small your business can be, if you are starting compliance at an earlier age, you are making it easy for yourself to show them that there is a business case. You are making it easier for them that to say, indeed, I have a plan, I can grow. So that's what we have done. Besides the fact that I had an accounting background, but as an entrepreneur, you must always have the end results of what you want it to be. I started as small, but I knew that my end result is going to be the manufacturing side. So what I did then is to say, if I want to be funded in the next coming 5 years, I had to show with the annual financial statements to show that I can prove to them that there is a balance sheet. I can prove to them, no matter how small it can be. So my plea to the entrepreneurs, upcoming entrepreneurs, is to go and get somebody who can help you to comply in terms of your SARS, in terms of registering your company, that it can make it easier for you, for the IDC to fund you. That makes it easier for other financiers besides IDC to be able to give it to you. Hence, you are seeing this plan. It was a plan that was started over some years, because it took me 2 years. In that 2 years, I had to go through with them of how possible, how the plans must intuition. So even in this side, after we are producing the bottles, we are going through what we call quality assurance. This is the lab where we do our quality control. So you can see here, this side is where the rejects, like for instance, when they do quality control, they will look at the bottles if there is a rejects, because even with these bottles that it has the rough edges in here, so they will reject it because it's out of spec. So in these instances, we have a quality assurance manager who has quality assurance assistants who helps him with the work that he will be doing. So each and every hour that they do, these are the types of the products that we are producing. These are the types of the bottles that we are giving to the clients, and some of the clients that we are giving into them. So one of the other things that will be doing is what we call when they're doing the measurement. So what happens is, these are the hourly inspections where they need to check if this thing is within the specs that is required. They have to check in the weight, they have to check in the bore of the bottle. In this instance, if the bottle is like this, if we'll give a client a specification as to how the bottle will look like. So a quality assurance assistant or a manager will take this bottle, will do the measurements to say if they fit in with this. If they don't fit in, then he will reject it and say that they must fix the problem. So they are using all their QA equipments in making sure. One of the other things is what we call it when they put an air, and then they will put water inside here and put the bottle inside, compress it with air to see it if it's working. One will ask, am I a pharmacist? Why did I start these pharmaceutical companies? And my answer will be no, I'm not a pharmacist. How my company started, I was driving with a friend of mine to work who happens to be doing distribution. So what I did with him, I sat with him and asked him what they were doing, and then he told me what they are doing. They are buying and selling, and I became interested in making sure that I want to do that. And that's when I got started. I learned the different types of the material to be used. I learned the types of the bottles that can be used. This is all self-taught because of the passion that I had. You know, I come from a rural area in a place called Zebediela, where when I grew up, there was no electricity. When I grew up, there was no any chances of someone like me who comes from a rural area who was staying and working, studying there, who never had all these plans, but it was something that was burning in me, and that's why then I decided to say, I can start with this, we can work with this, and it is possible as long as you can believe in yourself, as long as there is that one thing that you say is that is the flame in me, and that makes it possible for us. So I'm one person who does not believe that dreams have limitations. I'm one person that I believe that whenever that you are dreaming of, if it's building an empire, it takes patience. If it's about building what you are dreaming of, look at the possibilities. Unlike us, as I say, I'm coming from a rural area where there was no internet, there was no electricity, and you were to think of where I was and why I have started, then you can realize that indeed, as a young person, coming from a rural background, coming from a place where there is no hope, to make it possible. So my message will be in twofold, especially to the youngsters, that our dreams are relevant. We can do it no matter where you come from. As long as you have a vision that has the end results, commit to the vision. No matter how long it takes, no matter how far it can take, but if you believe in yourself, that is enough flame to make things possible. Secondly, I believe in hard work. This is a process that started in 2012, and I started to realize it by the end of 2021. So it took me from 2012 up until 2021 when IDC and DTIC approved my funding, that they funded me for 80 million rand to start all these things, to make it possible. So patience and knowing that success is not instant, but you have to be continuously and be deliberate in what you are doing. That's what makes it possible. I'm not yet where I'm supposed to be. I said to one friend of mine to say, from establishing a manufacturing plant, I want to be recognized as the top 5 of pharmaceutical manufacturers, and I'm getting there. The beginning was for me to establish the plant, and the end result is being amongst the top 5. I mean, at this present moment, I have employed about over 35 people, which I started as one person. I started as myself. I was a driver of my truck. I was an invoicer. I was sales. I was the marketer. So I was doing everything to where I have a company where I have an HR manager, sales manager, human resource manager, the CFO. It was because I knew what I wanted at the end of the day. So dreams are possible. Hard work makes our dream to be possible. And I hope this will inspire young youth who will want to go to the route of being an entrepreneur. It's not an easy route. It takes sacrifices. It takes stress. But at the end of the day, when you realize your dream, that is a satisfaction that no one can take it from you. And from that, I just want to say, keep on dreaming and keeping your dreams alive. They will happen.
And there you go, guys. This was such a nice, inspiring story. Thank you to France for opening their doors to us and share his amazing story. And just to show that on the long term, if you have a plan, you got your finances right, if you're gonna get your financing from the right authorities, you will be able to create your own business, grow your business, and help our people with jobs. And again, thank you, France, for being so dedicated to your business as you are and for making a difference in our beautiful nation. Again, guys, make sure you share, subscribe, and destroy that like button. And we will see you in the next LivinginSAtv video.